Hi, my name is Kim Pollard, raised in Napanee, and I've been singing blues and rhythm and blues the last 40 years.
If you want a million, each and every day, don't be a fool, don't let it slip.
Well, I think the one thing that I am is, or I strive to be, is authentic. Even if I do a cover song, I make it my own. I want to express my own heart because I believe that's what we're made to do. Musicians and singers, we have a heart that we're supposed to be sharing with other people, bringing healing and happiness. So my style, I don't have a particular style. I love funk, I love blues, I love gospel. I love anything that's got some growl in it, something with some power in it, I love.
For the day I met you, life was unkind. You gave me some peace of mind. You made me feel.
I've done a lot of covers. Different people. I'm trying to. Whitney Houston, Aretha Franklin, some of the big names, Barbra Streisand even, some of those people from ages ago. I do their covers, I do the songs that they do, but I make them my own, so I pick a cover that usually tells of something in my own life that I can relate to, and then I can put my heart and soul into it and tell my story even though it's a cover song that I'm doing. And I enjoy doing them very much. And it was 14 years ago that a friend of mine came to hear me sing and said, "Do you have any originals whatsoever?" I said, "I have a suitcase full." She said, "That's what you should do." And that was the polite way of her saying that she thinks I should do more than covers. So that's when I started bringing out my originals.
This is the power.
I mentioned earlier that there's something to being authentic and being real, and it is my absolute hope that people know that above all things I'm real. And with that said, my originals literally tell my life story. And there's some darkness in it and there's some pain in it, but I believe that by doing just who I am, I encourage others to open up about things. There's lots of things that are secrets in people's lives, and if they hear someone publicly talking about one of their own secrets, I think it opens doors for healing, and that's really why I do this. It's the originals are about reaching and touching people, and I probably spend quite a bit of time talking in my show as much as I am singing, because I want to encourage people to be well and to be strong and to know they can get through anything. That's where it's coming from.
You've got to call on my name.
I have a very musical family, and so I was exposed to music daily. When I was a kid, before I was even in school, my mother would put about a dozen records on a phonograph and play them. You know, the old-fashioned ones where the record dropped and they played, then they flipped it. My mother did this every day, and she sang and has a gorgeous voice. So I was raised to hear her, and most of them were Southern gospel, so my parents I was never really a fan personally, but they loved it, so I heard lots of quartet, lots of harmonies, lots of singing, and that's where I started. And then when I was 10, my parents, who sang, invited me to sing also with them, and that's where it all started. And then from there, I started the band, and we did things, but I was only 14 at the time, but it was fun, to say the least. And then at 17, I was entered into a competition by a music teacher in high school who heard me sing at my last assembly. I was graduating, and he heard me sing and he said, "Would you do another round and just work in the music department?" Anyway, so I ended up entering a contest in Ottawa. It was the Ottawa Jazz Festival, All Canadian All-Star Jazz Festival in Ottawa. Anyway, So I won for Female Vocalist of the Year, and that was when I was 17. So I think that's when I really started moving forward, and I ended up with a manager and moved to Toronto after I'd graduated, and I started there, and I haven't stopped. And then I've done things like I was chosen to do the Maple Leafs anthem and things like that. All kinds of great experiences to audition for. So I think that's how I've just gone to things to audition for things. Like, man, I've gone to karaoke's in the middle of nowhere just to sing a song and have fun. So I've done it all my life, and I've written songs all my life, and it is my passion and my calling. I think if I were to give any piece of advice for young people, young musicians, vocalists, it would be to express your music with your own voice and without copying your favorite singers. Because the voice that you've been given is for you and you alone to develop just as it is. And the other thing to remember is that there is nobody that you'll ever be in competition with, because nobody has your voice and you don't have anybody else's voice, so you can't compete. There's no competition. Everybody has a unique voice and style that you were given to use, and you'll always have an audience. I tell everybody, your audience will come. They'll come.
To see you again. Oh, baby, don't you know?
My contact information is pretty simple. You just got to hit Facebook on Kim Pollard Band, and you'll see where I'm playing and what gigs that I'm doing. And I also have an email address, kpmusic1@hotmail.com. Have any questions or otherwise, please feel free to send me an email, and I'll get you back. And I'm on Messenger too, so.
Holding a grudge like a dog in a bone. So blame yourself if you wake up alone. You know you say you got a problem, throw it off in the night. Solutions come living in the light. This is a power, this is a power if you're gonna change the world. I know love is a power, love is a power. If you're gonna change, if you're gonna change, if you're gonna change, if you're gonna change.